We're standing here in front of the Fecha Mosque in Athens, in Greece. Fecha actually is a Turkish word denoting and implying that this was a mosque of conquest. And conquest was a highly charged term during the Ottoman conquest of the Balkans and during the Ottoman governance and administration of the region. In a way, it implied the domination of one group over the other who was subjugated, and there was always an idea, an essence and a will to erase this Ottoman domination and turn the tables upside down. And this was in the 19th century when the Eastern question began gradually to unwrap. The issue of Ottoman and Muslim heritage became a prime question, what to do with it. Then began the process of de-Ottomanization in those countries and in those areas that managed to rid themselves of the rule of the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman and Muslim heritage in the Balkans had then been systematically erased for more than 100 years. Bridges, mosques, tekkes, waqfs, various kinds of different administrative and religious buildings, all that had an Islamic and Ottoman character, were either erased or repurposed. Old mosques were turned back into churches and so on. And this de-Ottomanization process affected almost all areas of the Balkans, and one of the countries and lands that was least affected by it was Bosnia and Herzegovina. Throughout the 20th century it retained quite a lot of its Muslim population and therefore quite a lot of its Muslim and Ottoman buildings and heritage. The dissolution of Yugoslavia in the 1990s was supposed to be one final brutal and bloody act of de-Ottomanization in the Balkans, especially targeting the Muslim community of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The local Bosnian and Herzegovinian Muslims were subjected to genocide, ethnic displacement, mass rapes. They were buried in mass graves. But a particular target for destruction was the heritage that they thought of as theirs. This was the Ottoman Muslim heritage, such as bridges and in particular the mosques. Some of the most famous destroyed monuments from the war of the 1990s in Bosnia and Herzegovina and the brutal aggression was the mosque from Banja Luka, the Ferhadija mosque that was erected in the 16th century by Ferhat Pasha Sokolovic, but also the beautiful Alaja Mosque that was the pinnacle of classical Ottoman architecture in Foča in eastern Herzegovina. That was one of the beautiful painted Ottoman objects. It was completely razed to the ground. And one of the other more important objects that was destroyed during the war was the bridge of Mostar that was built in the 16th century by Mimar Hayreddin, who was an apprentice and a pupil of the famed Mimar Sinan.